Hello, my team fans. It's Loshbaum back, and I've got that Porzingis in the lineup. I'm bringing him off the bench. Got David Robinson at center for my bench lineup, and I'm going to try and close out the Diamond Seed First Prestige, and going up against my most feared center in Yao. So big, strong, just a cheap card that a lot of people have, and he always gives me trouble. I think with any big man, there's a learning curve, and thankfully, many people that use Yao don't really know how to fully use him. But if you can back people down in the post, it's just an amazing offensive weapon. And then the fact he's got that mid-range that he can go all the way to 20 feet out with, and then the defense that he plays, he just gets his blocks. I mean, he's really slow, but he'll come out of nowhere to pull off a block that's just going to shut down an offense. And when I go up against him on offense, it really alters the way that I play because, if I'm trying to do something like a floater in the lane, I know that even though he may be far away, his arms are so long that he can still defend me. And I think that's partly to explain why I get off to such a slow start in this match. Now, I got Wilt going inside. There's a block. That's not from Yao, though. I believe that's from Wiggins. And Wiggins is an insane card in this game. They made the season elite packs, and Wiggins probably may not be the most commonly hyped card, but I think the headlines in that pack are probably going to be Porzingis and Jokic and Joel Embiid, and all those cards are extraordinarily powerful. But let's just take a quick look at Wiggins. He's extremely good inside. Very athletic, 90 speed and acceleration. A little slow, 83 speed with ball, but high 90s defense. And this is the most noticeable thing every time I go up against him. Is he's just very locked down on defense. And with that big frame and the 97 lat quickness, he'll just shut you down. The three-pointer, he's got a couple of cold zones at the top, but in the corners, he is hot. And he also has that 88 open three ball. And to top it all off, he's got that Hall of Fame posterizer. But I got that Hall of Fame posterizer on Neek. And in this game, I'm going to have a near perfect game with him. He's going to go 9 for 10, and almost every one of them is a dunk. I think that the gameplay change that just came out is incredible for guys that want to score in the paint inside with dunks. I've noticed the floater tendencies are much better now, and I'm not talking about the actual number rating. I'm saying the rate with which they go in. It's just a much better environment for people that want to attack the paint. Now, it seems like they've probably done about 5 revisions of the shooting in the last week or so. But from my sense, the shooting is almost what it was just a couple of weeks ago. But now we have the outlet passes and these dunks like Neek's. And they just weren't happening a week ago. And I don't really understand what prompted 2K to change the mechanics of how the game's played inside so dramatically. And I'm all for it, but also why they did it like more than halfway through the game's release. I mean, we're in the playoffs now. The playoffs began this weekend, and the game is just completely turned around. So you can get post-play going on. I've seen people put up 20, 30. A couple friends put up 50 with Embiid in the post in a game, and you can get these slashes going on. I'm scoring 20, 25 with Neek. I've been scoring a number of, good God, look at that dunk. A number of floaters with Peyton in a game, and it just gets way back to the way that this game was the previous couple years. And, I'm not really the biggest three-point shooter. I think my target is probably taken about 2 1/4 or 8 for the entire game. And, I'll be going up against guys that are taking 30, 40 threes a game and hitting over half of them. And it's just demoralizing because at some point you can play defense well enough where you can leave a guy open that is probably a liability. But that's not really possible anymore because with so many people running Gasol or other stretch 4s and 5s, and the fact that they hit contested shots and that they're at such a high success rate, it just totally changes the game. But I'm all for this now. And you can see I'm cheesing. I'm hitting that deep three. My favorite offensive style is just getting into the paint and throwing it down, using big men, running off screens, and I kind of shy away from those volume three-point shots. Another thing that keeps me using Neek is because I feel that when you get a big dunk, especially a poster, it gives your team a momentum boost. And, I haven't heard a lot of people talk about that, but I definitely notice, like, if your team's just doing terrible and you're coughing up the ball and everything that your opponent does works out for him, it's extremely difficult to shoot your way back into it with three-pointers. And you have to go call the timeouts and, just pray that when you come out that you get somebody that can come out and get hot again, and your opponent's going to leave someone open enough that you can get that shot off. That's how this game has been, but now I know the momentum is still there, but it feels like it's working a lot less against me because I'm always going into the paint and just smashing it down. And I really do believe that is what was missing beforehand and why I was doing so poorly in this game. It's because I wasn't getting those dunks. You can see Wiggins is a beast. He hits all those threes, but I'm 9 for 10 with a 3 with Dominque. Didn't get to the free throw line, but I'll take that. You see Jerry West is his beastly self again. He had a perfect game. And I had 15 threes, a little over what I said that my target is. And points in the paint, 40 to 16. That's what I like to do. Got a lot of steals and the rebounds and just gobbling those things up with Wilt. I did notice, though, that ball that bounces off the front of the rim and out of bounds is back, so I'm going to be getting less rebounds in the future. And these are my rewards. I've finally completed all of the Amethyst tokens, and I'm only left with Jim Jackson. Never really had any desire to get him, and I know people that got him early in the year as like their initial gauntlet reward and just said he didn't do that great for them, and his stats were kind of underwhelming for me. I've been taking my time working my way through the MTO leagues, and I never really intended to get all those Amethyst cards. I really wanted the shoes, and that was about it. And I've got to get to the next prestige to get the last 3 of them. But somehow along the way, I was able to pick up all the Amethyst cards. Doubt I'll ever use them. I'm going to keep my lineup intact as I tackle the Pink Diamond League. I need to get 11 wins to advance, so I look forward to bringing you those shortly.